Elizabeth I signed the death warrant of Mary Queen of Scots. She did not want to kill her sister, her cousin, as she called her, but she was left with no alternative. There could really only be one queen. Elizabeth had a heavy heart about it, but the deed was done. Mary Queen of Scots was not upset to face her death. She had been in a series of prisons for 19 years. On the morning of her death, the four Marys came to say their fond farewell. There was not a dry eye in the room. One of the Marys walked with Mary Queen of Scots into the great hall of Fotheringay Castle. It was a snowy day, and Mary was indeed cold. When Mary got into the room, there were gasps all around because she seemed so small in a room full of men. But Mary had a few laughs left. Under her black gown, she wore a beautiful scarlet dress. Can you imagine what everyone said when they saw Mary dressed in such a way?
Forgive me for what I'm about to do. The end is the beginning.
So Mary put her head on the chopping block. The executioner lifted his axe and he whacked once. No head fell off. He whacked twice. Mary's head was still intact. He whacked a third time, and eventually Mary's head fell to the floor. He walked forward to lift Mary's head up to show the audience. However, to everyone's surprise and shock and horror, it wasn't the head that he lifted up, it was her wig, and her head was on the floor. Now this is the strangest thing about Mary Queen of Scots' story. Even though her head had been cut off, people say that her lips continued to move for 15 minutes after her death. Is she haunted? Is there a ghost? Could be heard around the room. Under her skirt, something was moving. What could it be? Was Mary Queen of Scots about to stand up? Was she indeed haunted? Mary ran forward, her friend, and picked up Mary's cute little doggie, the one that had stayed by her side. Mary left her beloved friend Mary and went off with the dog. Sadly, the dog died the following day of a broken heart. Now, Mary Queen of Scots, on her execution, one of their last words were hoping that her son, who would one day be King of England and King of Scotland, he was already King of Scotland, would be a fine king and remember his mum. And he did. The end.